Well, hello and welcome to Geordieland 1892. Last night saw an absolutely magnificent performance from Newcastle United at the Parc des Princes in Paris against Paris Saint-Germain. They were unbelievable last night, Newcastle United, and of that I am so proud of them. The performance that Newcastle put in last night was just exhilarating. It was a game. I'm sure everybody who was watching that game were biting their fingernails, and I was really nervous watching that game throughout. But I swear to God, the team that we had, the team that was available, put everything on the line. They put the bodies on the line. They were warriors last night. The thing is that we nearly got there. We nearly got to the end of that game. And it would have been a very historical victory for Newcastle United under the circumstances that we find ourselves in at the moment. 13 players, sidelined at the moment, against a big money team. Kylian Mbappe, who I thought he had a half decent game last night, but I still don't think that he's as good as what everybody thinks he is. That's just me personally. I mean, he was absolutely shit at St James's Park, wasn't he? I mean, he was just left in the shadows. But last night, Newcastle looked fantastic. The first half, I thought they were playing some great football, and they just fought for everything. Now, obviously, if you look at the stats, the second half shows a different story. Paris Saint-Germain were throwing everything but the kitchen sink at us, and we were defying them all the time. Whenever they did break through, they either fluffed the lines or the Holy One was there to keep it out. Yes, Nick Pope, who had a tremendous game last night. He was a hero, and some of the saves he made last night were just magnificent. Magnifique. But end of the game, they're coming at us. Half the time, I was getting to the point I couldn't watch anymore. I was just covering my eyes half of the time, because I had this really sick feeling that they were going to equalise by hook or by crook. And I still am not sure where they got the 8 minutes from to add on at the end, but they were destined to get a goal back, weren't they? And it came through that absolutely shite, abominable decision from VAR, and eventually the referee, the Polish referee. It was just a bizarre situation, disgusting decision. Robbery with violence. We were robbed, absolutely robbed. It was just stunk of shenanigans. By hook or by crook, somebody wanted PSG to get a point out of that game. And poor old little Newcastle United, who had worked so desperately hard in that game, were left with a big kick in the teeth, basically, at that final whistle. The penalty should never have been. Tino Livramento, adjudged to have handled the ball, but how can he have been handball when it hit him in the torso first and he was in a running position? Yes, his arm was outstretched, but it was the direction he was running in. And, the FIFA ruling states this, that it shouldn't, by FIFA ruling, by the laws of the game, it should never have been a penalty. Now, the referee at first obviously did dismiss it, and he did give a yellow card to Ramos. It was for his protests, actually. But the thing was, VAR overruled that, and of course the referee goes to the monitor. You're hoping and praying that he's going to have a look at it and common sense is going to prevail, but it didn't. He was under pressure, in my opinion, to give that penalty. And it just, honestly, there is a level, right, where, maybe common sense fails and, complacency kicks in. But that level of complacency equals corruption for me. You can't be a referee who 1 minute's refereeing a Champions League Cup final, and then you come to this and you see a clear and obvious situation, and you overturn it, and you give what was an unjustifiable penalty. And for me, it honestly does. The complacency can't be that complacent. He's not that stupid, surely. And it just, like I say, it stinks of corruption for me. Now, it's not only Newcastle United fans that are absolutely devastated, livid, disgusted and feel cheated, because that's what we were. We were cheated. And it's not just us that are making noises about this. It seems as if the whole of the football world are talking about it. And I've heard quite a few things from Liverpool fans, Man United fans, Arsenal fans, you name it, right? I was talking to a lot of Celtic fans where I was watching the game last night because they were here in Rome. And they were absolutely appalled at the decision. Appalled. And rightly so. It was an abomination. It really, really was. But like I say, a lot of people are talking about it, and they're not saying, oh, the Geordies are whinging because they lost. Everybody seems to be on our side with this decision, and it needs to be put right. It's too late to put it right in that game, but you know, the level of officiating has to be it has to be better than that, much better than that. It was a cruel blow to Newcastle United after all that massively hard work last night. You could see in the press conference Eddie Howe was fuming, absolutely fuming. He was pissed off, and he could obviously only say so much, but you could see he knew that was the wrong decision. And listen, all football pundits, people who have, you know, teams are not on our side, have all come out and said that it was an absolute disgrace. Now, where does that leave us? Well, that leaves us with one game to play. We've got to play AC Milan at St James's Park, and Paris Saint-Germain will be taking on Borussia Dortmund. Now, if we win our final game and Borussia Dortmund beat PSG, we will go through to the knockout stage. If we fail to beat AC Milan, well, we have to wait and see. I mean, I think we'll just be out, won't we? We've still got a good chance of still qualifying in the sense for the Europa League. But what's happened with that decision last night, that Robin cheating decision, is it means that the rest of the Champions League is not in our own hands, and we're going to have to hope and pray for another result to go our way. Obviously, we've just got to go out there and beat Milan, but we've got to hope that the other result in the other game goes our way to go through to the last 16, which I think is appalling, absolutely appalling to be in that situation. You know, we literally embarrassed the shit out of them at St James's Park. We made them look like minions, and humbled them massively. We basically blew them off the park, didn't we? And we made them look like sorry, you know. But last night, in their own backyard, they didn't get it all our own way. We didn't lie down. They found it very, very hard to score against us. And like I say, they only got a goal because of injustice, really. Absolutely gutted today. But like I say, very, very proud of our team. Very proud of Newcastle United and the players, who I thought were all absolutely excellent last night. Tino Livramento was fantastic, isn't he? What a talent. When you consider what we had on the bench, was just, I mean, 3 of our substitutes were goalkeepers, and the rest were just kids. You know, 13 players out, like I said, a marvellous achievement, and you know, well done, Alexander Isak. That goal, which Tino Livramento, what a run across the box, it was unbelievable. It was blind. He showed what he's made of. But we have to fight on, and you know, we'll every dog has its day. Maybe it'll all come out in the end that, you know, we will get that result against Milan. Maybe PSG will lose against Borussia Dortmund, and it'll all be happy days, and justice will be served on a nice shiny plate for Newcastle United. Let's hope it works that way. Man United weekend, 9 o'clock kickoff here in Italy, 8 o'clock in the UK. Let's hope we can go out and put in a performance like we did last night, and let's hope we can batter them at the weekend. That would be lovely to see after that great result against Chelsea. Listen, we just seem to be defying all odds at the moment, and like I say, last night we defied all odds, but only to be robbed and cheated. That is the reality of the situation last night. Paris Saint-Germain got away with murder last night, like they do when they spend money. They're getting away with blue murder, literally. I think it's disgusting, and that decision just stunk to high heaven. Anyway, listen, I've rattled on and ranted a bit, but probably too much. but it was just to get my point over. And yes, how are you, the lads? Thank you for that unbelievable display last night. It's just a pity we didn't get that just reward of 3 points, because you bloody well deserved it. Anyway, from Geordieland 1892, I'm Keeper. If you like this video, like it, and if you'd like to subscribe, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll see you soon. All the best.